The world as we know it is broken. Humanity has reached the end of its run. Towns and residential areas have been ransacked, which once were mighty skyscrapers have lost their presence and significance in our skies as they crumble, topple, and wither away. Zombified humans roam the land which once was ours, infected by a cordyceps fungus, a true-to-life parasite which has one goal: take over its host's mental capabilities. All the goals of the host are lost and priority goes to the fungus. Spread the infection to other life forms and continue the life cycle of the spores. However, amongst all of the death, loss, and chaos of this new world, we only have one fear: losing a little 14-year-old girl named Ellie. This is Jack and No Trades. Welcome to another episode of Game Fuels. This week, we are dissecting the bleak, yet strangely colorful world of The Last of Us, figuring out which emotions you can expect to experience on your journey with Joel and Ellie. With a country overrun with infected, the most apparent emotion felt right off the bat is brokenness. Joel is a man who has lost everything. Before the outbreak, we find Joel in what appears to be a broken home, with the only love coming from his daughter Sarah and brother Tommy. It seemed that Joel was always longing for more, depressed and constantly exhausted. Skip forward 20 years and we find a gruff, quick to the point, and still exhausted Joel.
About Tess. I don't even know.
Here's how this thing's gonna play out. You don't bring up Tess. Ever. In fact, we just keep our histories to ourselves.
He is definitely the guy who has seen some shit. But Joel is not alone. The world as a whole is broken. Everywhere you turn, loss, death, and despair surrounds you. One moment, we are sneaking through backyards of a town that can look eerily similar to your own, or carefully scavenging and cutting through tall buildings and skyscrapers similar to the ones we see each and every day. The only difference, no one else is around. Houses are empty. We find evidence of hurried evacuations, people trying to pack their bags or getting out just in the nick of time. Or, worse, those who managed to cling on as long as they could and reach their limit.
Jesus. What, you know this guy or something?
Frank.
Who the hell's Frank?
He was my partner. He's the only idiot that would wear a shirt like that. He's got bites. Here. And
I reckon he didn't want to turn, so he...
yeah, I guess not.
By taking the time to explore, or by branching off the beaten path, Joel is given a more detailed look at life just outside the quarantine zones. And nothing sums up these emotions or feelings better than brokenness.
Keep your eyes peeled. Way ahead of you, kid.
The definition of fear is different between all of us. Some of us fear spiders and others fear heights. However, I think the most common fear is the unknown. The Last of Us thrusts us into situations or environments that in other games would be considered standard or somewhat cliche, but here they create tension. They build up the environments by painting pictures of what exactly happened here, how things went so wrong, and explains, without saying anything, exactly how dangerous this new world has become. Even during the prologue, fear begins to sink in as we watch the world fall apart right before our very eyes. We have no idea why or what is causing our neighbors to attack one another, and hospitals, movie theaters, and the streets become a battle zone of survival. Back in the present, when exploring, we come across areas littered with spores. We can see them drift in the air, and they dance, almost in a beautiful yet deadly way, searching for their next victims. These spores, we are trained to fear them, the fear of becoming what has destroyed our world, or more likely, the fear of what is lying a little bit further back in the darkness. Because when we see these spores, we know that the infected are not too far behind. It is very common to hear someone say that they love a video game. They hold it very near to their heart and cherish it for what it does right. But they also find a way to look past the things that it comes up short on. But it isn't very often you hear someone say that they love someone from a video game, holding that character very near to their hearts and giving them praise when lessons are learned or problems are solved. And yet still, having the ability to look past annoying habits and loving them for who they are. In my opinion, Joel is not the main character of The Last of Us. That honor goes to the little girl by the name of Ellie. Ellie represents a deeper meaning than just someone we have to escort across the country. In my opinion, she views the world differently than Joel. While Joel has come to accept the state of the world as we know it, shutting himself off, or more importantly, shutting everyone else off, Ellie is there to dig deeper, asking Joel about his life, sharing events of hers. One moment, we're sneaking into an abandoned city to find a car, barely escaping death. And she takes the time to break the silence by explaining her passion of learning to whistle.
Are you all right?
I'm trying to learn how to whistle.
You don't know how to whistle.
Well, does it sound like I know how to whistle?
And it may seem silly or immature, but that's exactly it. She is immature. As a 14-year-old girl growing up in a post-apocalyptic world where the appropriate times to crack jokes or ask deeper questions is quite a mystery to her. She has not had anyone to teach her these things, all while trying to fight and survive, so she doesn't know the right time or the wrong time to do this stuff. It's just her. Just like any relationship, it takes time. Time gives you trust, which is gained. We witness Joel go through an evolution as Ellie begins her journey as more of a cumbersome bother to him, but little by little, she begins to peel away Joel's hidden softer side. Little moments such as sharing coffee shop memories or walking through the woods pave the way for Joel and Ellie to bond. It is in these moments we feel that bond. With that stronger bond, our goal slowly shifts from protecting ourselves to needing to protect her. The emotions and attachments are so strong we find ourselves checking over our shoulder to see if little Ellie is keeping up. We rush to her side if any threats grab her and believe in her abilities when she needs to protect us. Slowly, Joel and Ellie become a family in a dead world.
Back in bills. I mean, all this stuff was just lying there.
What else did you get?
Well, here. This make you all nostalgic?
You know, that is actually before my time. That is a winner, though. Oh, man.
Well, better than nothing. Oh, sure your friend will be missing this tonight.
Mm-hmm.
It's light on the reading, but it's got some interesting photos.
Now, Ellie, that ain't for kids.
Whoa! How the hell would he even walk around with that thing?
Get rid of that.
Well, hold
Just-
your horses. I want to see what all the fuss is about. Oh, why are these all stuck together? I'm just fucking with you. Bye-bye, dude.
The last and most abundant emotion you can expect to feel in this game is love. Love for Ellie as her protector, her guide, and her father. She begins to feel more and more like a daughter and fills a void in Joel's heart that you can only experience if you give this game a try. I can't thank you enough for tuning in. If you stuck it around this long, I truly, truly appreciate it. Leave a like. Leave a comment down below. Let me know your favorite moments. Let me know the emotions you experienced while playing this game. I am dying to know. Don't forget to subscribe. Every Sunday I'm going to upload a different episode of Game Feels. Anyway, this is Jack and No Trades signing off.